Hey G-Fans, it's gojifan93 here, and welcome to day 21 of Godzilla-thon 2014. Today we are taking a look at Godzilla vs. Spacegodzilla. Now the two copies I have, I got the double feature one, the one with Godzilla and Spacegodzilla and Destroya, and then my newly acquired Blu-ray of Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 and Spacegodzilla. Now, first off, I want to talk about the quality that I saw on the Blu-ray version, and man, oh man, has Spacegodzilla never looked so good. Oh, it was awesome to see this movie in Blu-ray, and for the first time ever to see it in its original Japanese audio. Oh my god, the film was just so much better without that crappy English dub. Oh my god, this film, it's just like, boom, just, oh, all around better. So, anyways, Godzilla vs. Spacegodzilla. Now, there are the figures to represent the film. Got my Bandai Japan, Mogera, Bandai Godzilla, and then my Bandai Creation Spacegodzilla. So, this film is kind of, it's, a lot of fans don't really consider it one of the best, and it's really not. I mean, it's not like one of the highlights of the Godzilla franchise, but I like it because they're just, once again, the things that they do in the film are just different. There's, you know, I mean, yeah, the formula is kind of the same, but it's just what they do in these films, in the Heisei films, that just makes them each stand out on their own. And once again, they do that. This time, by basically making a clone Godzilla, but from space and mutated and just like this more exaggerated version of Godzilla. I really... The Space Godzilla monster is my all-time favorite Godzilla kaiju. There's just... I've always loved Space Godzilla just because Space Godzilla just has a personality in the movie, and he just has, he's a villain. I mean, he just has this villain quality to him. He comes to Earth, captures Godzilla's son, and then creates a fortress in the city with, you know, his ice crystals everywhere. I mean, it's just... Space Godzilla has the most personality out of any Godzilla character in my opinion. Obviously it might differ from yours, so that's fine. But for me, Space Godzilla, he's just got it going when it comes to personality, and that's why I love this character. Yeah, but that can't be said for Mogera on the other hand. Mogera is probably the most bland, useless character I've ever seen. I mean, like, the first battle between Mogera and Space Godzilla is pathetic. I mean, Mogera can't even do anything against Space Godzilla. Even in the final battle, I mean, yeah, Mogera does some damage to Space Godzilla, but in the end, you know, I think Godzilla could have done it well without Mogera. But anyways, I think that's why they gave him more personality in the video games, because Mogera in the video games, he's actually pretty cool, but in the movie, is just a bland robot. He's more bland than Mechagodzilla 2. And what's really funny is that they make this guy right after Mechagodzilla 2, and I'm thinking, why do they think that this guy's gonna do better when Mechagodzilla 2 couldn't even take down Godzilla? Like, why do they think that... Anyways, so yeah, but once again, just a really awesome film with like the storyline, and there's just really cool things that they're trying to do. So what they're trying to do with Godzilla this time, they have two plans. They're trying to use Mogera to kill Godzilla, and then they have another project which is like called the T Project, and it basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to communicate with Godzilla, and what they want to do is they want to use Mickey to you know, use her telepathy to contact Godzilla to control him that way. But it gets into the wrong hands because the scientist or doctor guy, he's actually gonna, you know, he's like a double crosser guy, and what his plan is that he actually wants to use Godzilla for his own doing. So he's kind of like the human bad guy in this story. And I think that's a really cool story, and I kind of wish that kind of storyline would be more fleshed out. I mean, the fact of a guy being able to control Godzilla that way, that would be pretty cool. That's just a really awesome little thing right there that I think was awesome for a story. And then with Space Godzilla, his origins, they actually, like, I mean, they have a full-fledged, like, origin for Space Godzilla. Like, they have two reasons why Space Godzilla why he got mutated into what he was because when Godzilla fought Biollante, when Biolante's, you know, spirit or essence went up into space, that had some G cells on, like some of Godzilla's DNA on it, and it went into space and then got sucked in with a black hole and then mutated into Space Godzilla, because in space, like, radiation's flying everywhere, and so in that cell it got mutated with radiation, you know, and became Space Godzilla. But they have another reason, that when Godzilla fought Mothra, that obviously Godzilla's DNA got onto Mothra in that battle, and when Mothra flew up into space to take care of that comet, that also is another possible reason that they speculate that that's how Space Godzilla became. And I think it's just awesome. Once again, we get another brother of Godzilla, basically. I mean, and that's what makes the Heisei series so cool. I mean, it's like Biollante is Godzilla's sister, Rodan is like Godzilla's cousin or something, Space Godzilla is, you know, Godzilla's brother, basically. I mean, it's so cool. And once again, I cannot stress how, this is why I love the Heisei series, because each film does something different, and it pushes the origins of Godzilla, it pushes the science of Godzilla. That's why I love this series so much. You know, other than that, also this film does not have Akira Ifukube, I believe it's another composer who does it, but it's very close. It's kind of similar to Akira Ifukube's work, but the soundtrack to this movie is just amazing. One of my favorite soundtracks, because the theme they give Space Godzilla is just, it's the perfect villain theme, and I love it so freaking much. You know, and I think that's really one of the reasons why I like this film a lot, is just because I love the character Space Godzilla, and I love the story surrounding it and what they try and do with it. And, you know, I can see why other fans wouldn't really consider it a good movie, because it's really relevant at the beginning of the film that you can start to see some, like, problems with the suit. And I noticed this, like, especially when you're watching the Blu-ray version, because I forgot to mention, because this is on Blu-ray really likes to show a movie's flaws because it's so high def, and if a film wasn't filmed, or if a movie wasn't filmed in that high def era, Blu-ray can kind of show some, you know, wrinkles or whatever. So obviously you can see strings and stuff like that. But with Godzilla's suit, you can kind of see some, like, wear and tear. I mean, obviously the suit it's modified again from, you know, the last film, but it's still the basic design. But you can totally tell that Godzilla's tail, like, every time his tail went up, like, little parts of his tail would kind of fly off, and, like, you could just, it looked like his suit was about to fall apart. And another thing that I noticed that was really weird, and I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but when in the first scene, when Godzilla's coming onto Bass Island, that's like the setting for like the first half of the film, when Godzilla's coming onto the island, Godzilla's finger, his index finger, is huge. It's like a freaking tumor is on his finger, and it's just weird. It just looks really out of place. You know, there's a lot of wear and tear, and you can kind of tell that Toho's starting to get tired. They're starting to get, you know, okay, man, we've been doing a film every year. Oh God, the budget's getting, you know, we can't spend as much money. We go blah 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 blah. And this is why this is the second to last film in the Heisei series, which I'm really sad for, because we're almost done with this series, and I love this series, and I love to watch it. And I'm just really sad that we're almost done with it. But oh yeah, and then Little Godzilla's here. Little Godzilla has grown up from being baby Godzilla to now Little Godzilla, and his design has completely changed. He's, instead of a blue kind of dinosaur look, he's now back to, it's definitely the Heisei's interpretation of Minya, because Minya had, you know, the scrunched up face, big cartoon eyes, and, you know, like kind of cartoon body. Well, this is the Heisei's answer to it, but it's a little bit more you can tell it's more Godzilla, like, it's easier to look at him and say, yeah, that's Godzilla's son, because they make him green, he has scales, he has, you know, sharp teeth, but he still looks really adorable. He is so adorable, and I'm really mad that Bandai Creation canceled this character. I'm super mad because we were supposed to get a 6-inch, Bandai Creation figure of little Godzilla, and they never came out with it. I was so pissed. It was supposed to come out with the King Caesar, with the new King Caesar figure last year, but it never came out. I guess they canceled it, or maybe it'll come in the next wave. I don't know. But anyways, so little Godzilla is adorable. His roar is adorable. At the end of the movie, he can instead of shooting rings, he shoots little bubbles, whatever. It's just adorable. I love him. I want him as a pet. One of the cast too is a really good cast. Obviously Mickey's back, and this the other character, Yuki, I believe is his name. He is my favorite character in this film because he's like the rugged, he has a backstory, and what's interesting is that they connect this film with Biollante when Godzilla, if you guys remember in Biollante with Godzilla when those soldiers were on the buildings and they were shooting the rockets at him to get the bacteria to make him kind of like, ugh. That one soldier that got killed because he looked behind him and he said, oh, this stuff is bad for you, you should try smoking, and then Godzilla killed him. That was actually Yuki's brother who got killed. So this guy, he wants revenge against Godzilla, so he's trying everything to, kill Godzilla, and I love this character. He's really cool. He has dimensions to him. And he has a really good character arc. He starts out as this very bitter, just I'm doing things my way. Then he turns into, what, Godzilla is a magnificent creature, and I'm done. I'm not gonna try and kill him anymore. I'm tired. He basically just was like, all right, whatever. He kind of just accepted the fact that he just cannot kill Godzilla. So I really like that character. He's my favorite character, human character in this film. But yeah, so I mean that's oh, and also one more thing that I want to say is that the ending to this movie, the near the credits, the last scene where all the cast is on the beach and they're watching Godzilla but they're watching Godzilla, go into the ocean and stuff. I love that scene. It's so beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful scenery in this movie as well. There's one scene where one of the main characters is talking to Mickey, and it's a sunset, and it's beautiful, and they're talking about how mankind likes to fight, and we, why can't we just do things peacefully? It's a beautiful shot scene. I love it. And then this last scene is really good too, and the music that plays, I love the credit music. Oh my god. I don't know. I have this guilty pleasure of Japanese music like this. I don't know why. I just love this kind of music. It's nice, calming, it's cool. I don't know. I just like it. Yeah, and I love it when if you guys notice, one of the main characters, I think he's the partner to the main protagonist. He kind of, if you guys notice in the end when they're on the beach and Yuki's over here with his significant other, and then the other characters with his significant other, the one guy's in the middle, and if you notice, you gotta watch him. He looks this way, he looks the other way, and then he goes, and you're like, oh, because he's left out. He doesn't have a significant other, so he's just like left out there. It's like, I noticed, it was really funny. The first time I ever noticed that. And then I love it when he runs out to Godzilla. He's like, hey, Godzilla, I still got a bone to pick with you. And he's running into the ocean trying to get, it's just funny. I love that end scene. It's just really good. But yeah, so I really like this movie. I know, I can kind of understand why some fans don't think of it as a really good one, but I really like this film. Probably just because I'm biased for the whole Heisei series, So, but it's really good when you look at it in these kind of ways. It has some really good things going for it, and it has a good message. And it's a little bit preachy, but not as preachy as Battle for Earth, that's for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this review. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for tomorrow for the end of the Heisei series with Godzilla vs. Destroyer. And I'll see you guys then. Stay big, G fans.